Hey guys, it's Mike G slash logical Raptors fanatic. I don't know. I kind of chose to kind of like brand the channel. I can still use the name Mike or whatever, and I think it's just more searchable. So if someone talks about it, it's easier to be searched. You know, all that YouTube jazz. But okay, today we are back here today with the final guy in our extension series, Pascal Siakam. I kind of did a first take video, real short, but I want to get really into like the max contract and how that works and all that stuff later on in the video. So I definitely want to make that a point to kind of really maybe to expand the knowledge around how that all works and stuff. I'm not like 100% knowing on everything, but I think I have a good enough understanding to kind of lay it out for people to understand how max values are generated. But let's summarize Pascal's role right now. So last season, he came off a shoulder surgery, his first surgery ever. Kind of scary a bit for him, but I think he's really came through a lot of stuff. Like really came through the fire. Kind of Van Vliet's in right now a little bit, trying to have to prove himself to be that guy on this team. I think Pascal came out with flying colors, in my opinion. He really showed everyone exactly how good he is and how much more he's going to work on his game and get better. And I think it's fantastic to see from him. But let's dive into the numbers a little bit more. I think this year, if you look at the amount of shots, similar to last year, but he hit a better clip. And I think that's mainly from like the mid range and three kind of really brought his number up a lot more. If you look here, see, he takes one less three pretty much, but hits the same amount. So that's obviously better for his average and obviously better for us. But I think he wants to get that up higher, maybe around like where he had it in the his All Star season 6-2. I think that's really a lot better for him in the way we play offense because there's going to be times where he's more on a catch and shoot in position, kind of using his gravity because they're going to be like set up to defend against him on like every play almost. So I think almost having him there as like a decoy but also effective at shooting from that position will create enough opportunity for everyone on the team, not just having him always ball centric. I think it'll be really interesting because that's definitely how we used him kind of in that all-star season more, but he got a lot of shine for us winning, and then that's the reason kind of why he was an all-star. Kind of I think he should have been an all-star this season. If he started the season off like when everyone else did, he would have been. But all NBA third team's not bad. So we'll take a look at his twos. Obviously, like I said, his mid range has improved, his bag's improved. He's got to move other than the spin, where he can kind of make the defender hedge against the spin and kind of do that kind of half turn foot plant Dirk fadeaway sometimes with the one leg or two legs, and he kind of like fades back into a mid range. I think that's created really a problem for a lot of defenders. That's why he needs to be double teamed now because you have to double team against the spin and the shot. So he's really elevated his game in my mind, I think. Like really has. Especially with the passing. I think it didn't really show as much this year because this number could have been way bigger if we had great shooters kind of as the outlets for him passing and not like Svi and Utah kind of not really working out. And we had other guys kind of trying to put shots up like Birch and stuff, and it wasn't really working. So I think ultimately he could increase his assists and still have the same amount of production and even take one less two and convert that over to a couple more threes and really work in this offense and still score an elite clip. I believe that. So his role, I don't think will really change that much in the future. That's like the one role I think is more stable than anyone else. He's there. We need him. He's great on both every aspect of the ball, pretty much. Defensively, like super elite, in my opinion. Kind of being versatile and having those quick soccer feet, kind of staying in front of guards, being quick enough to kind of defend at all positions, and having the length to really contest shots. He was first in contested shots in the league last year, and that's for a reason because of his motor. He can close out, and he's fast, and he's long, and he's also takes pride in that. So I think that's also a big thing with Pascal. I think he takes pride in all of these aspects. He was asked to help us kind of defensive rebound more this year and kind of stay around the basket and try to make sure we didn't get in those possession loops, and it showed in his rebounding numbers. Obviously, he didn't get those same transition points, but he was there where we needed him the most, and he delivered, in my opinion, by increasing his defensive stat or defensive rebounds in this case. I think his fouling is as it is. We knew at one point he was over defending at one point and kept fouling, but then he kind of recorrected that really quickly and he got out of it. See, those are the kind of adjustments I'm talking about with the other players we had in this extension series. They need to kind of start to figure out those kind of adjustments that Pascal has made over his career because it's really shown in all aspects of his game, really, that he really takes it seriously in committing to being better and kind of understanding how he can be better and be better for this team to win more games and ultimately win a championship. And that's the bottom line, I think, in all of this. Like when I'm talking about all these like decisions and plans, it's looking towards a championship, not just being good or liking guys a lot or who's the likablest best group. It's more based on, I think, on a factual kind of dissection of each player role and everything like that, and kind of my understanding based on just watching basketball for so long. Like I've been like a day one Raptors fan, so I really enjoy kind of looking at every aspect of the Raptors, like salary, 905 stuff, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to like weigh all that in into what I'm trying to deliver you guys and kind of give you my take on things. But let's go into the contract where I want to really like expand more on this. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff here. Okay, so the way this max contracts work, it's based on the current salary that year and it's all on a percentage. So we can see here in 2021 he signed a designated rookie extension that was based on 25% of the cap at that time that had triggers to become more percent. So like that's why it's kind of raised up so much, or it would have been a similar kind of number like 31 or kind of whatever, 32 or whatever. But the fact that he got this kind of raises the total kind of value of the next couple years, and that's how it's actually the values calculate. So when they say an estimated amount based when someone signs a max contract, to be honest, there's not much to say about whether we're going to sign him or not when this kind of frees up here. I don't think there's really a debate. I'm not too sure if we could extend him over that raise rule. I'm not sure how that works around like extensions. I think 2% is easily fine if that's the case. So we'll take a look at like the estimated cap values to kind of figure out where his value is going to be at. So like what I would say is probably at, well, we can look back and see what year. Okay, so look, 30 or 20, 24. We can go look 2024. The estimated cap is 139 million and 6,500,000. So if we were to sign, I think he's eligible for the Supermax, but I'm not too sure. I'd have to check that up, but I don't think Masai even goes in that territory. I think the Supermax is a death contract for most rosters, but I think we'd be looking at like a 30% max for Pascal. 5 years, however long he wants to sign for. I think we say yeah, whatever, whenever he's willing to do that, or whenever we can offer that. So 30% of that would look probably around like 40 something million. Okay, so I pulled up a calculator here and entered in the estimated cap salary for 24, 25, and now we're gonna times it by 30% just to kind of make it more kind of clear. And there we go. He'll make 41,895,000 in the first year. And then obviously the cap increases again. So then he would make 30% of that increase added on, and so on and so on for each contract. When I do my final, like, finale summary on all of this, I'm gonna obviously kind of pencil those in accurately, but I don't think anyone wants to hear the exact numbers of that. Pretty much, in the end, the final bottom line, we will re-sign Siakam to a 30% max salary contract for 4 to 5 years, depending on how comfortable Masai feels. I would feel comfortable with either one, but in this scenario, I think it'll be easier just to kind of say 4 because I think he's the most secure of them. So I think showing the next 4 years in my finale will be good enough to kind of show where the issues are with kind of having everyone signed that we have right now and needing to kind of trade someone or kind of do something to adjust this roster because right now we have a really big decision on our hands and I think not everyone's too aware of it and I think that's been my mission statement to this whole kind of extension series to kind of break down each of the guys in that kind of problem and kind of show every little piece of it and then bring it all together in the finale. So I think people are going to really enjoy the finale. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.